Hi, it's me again, Instructor Kane. Congrats, you've now made your way to the course orientation module, also known as Unit 0. Thank you for participating in the orientation. I want to give you some information on the general setup of our course. So when you first enter our course, the home page is displayed. This home page has the Begin Orientation Module button, which when clicked leads you to the Unit 0 overview page. Here you can see the Unit 0 objectives, Unit 0 topics, what you're going to do in this unit. There's 12 items here in this unit checklist. And then you have the Next button. And the Next button is one way that you can navigate through the module, and it's probably the preferable way. So the point 1, Welcome to the Course Orientation page, this is where you found this embedded video. If we go to the Modules menu, so I clicked on Modules in the Course Navigation menu, and here I can see this Unit 0 orientation. I see the Unit 0 overview page, which is the very first thing we read about this unit. And the Welcome to the Course Orientation, that was the page where we found this video. And then the next component there is the point 2 required materials. And then the point 3 syllabus tool in Canvas, and so on. So the modules menu gives me a nice layout of each unit. And unit and modules mean the same thing in our course. And some of the things I just wanted to point out in the modules menu is you'll get green checks as you move through a unit or module in the course. And so in this menu I can see the 2 things I have green checks for in my Unit 0, and then I can see the things I don't have checks for. And if it's a page, it will say you need to view the page. If it's a discussion, it won't say view, it will say contribute, so meaning I need to post something for this discussion in order to get my green check here. It also tells me the points I'm going to earn for that discussion and the due date. And if it's assignment or quiz, it will say submit, so I have to submit the assignment or quiz to get my green check. And again, it tells me due date and point information. So the basic layout for our units or modules is the very first component will be the overview, telling you the objectives, the topics, and what you're going to do in the unit. And then you have various content pages and assessments. Assessments could be discussion assignments or quizzes or assignments that you're posting or submitting. At the end of the unit, you'll have some kind of end of unit assessment. So for our orientation, it's a survey, 0.12 Unit 0 survey there. And another thing you can tell in this menu are prerequisites. So after the orientation is Unit 1, Operations with Real Numbers. And notice there's a prerequisite in place for it. It says the prereq is Unit 0 orientation, meaning I have to get green checks on all the components in the orientation unit before I can open Unit 1. And so ideally what you want to do is move through each unit in sequential order. In the very first unit, the orientation, there are not requirements in place that force you to go in sequential order. So I can, for example, open the .5 college resource page before I open the .4 Math 115 SLO and course objectives page. That's allowed. There I can see it, and if I want to continue just moving on through the module, I could click Next. In the modules menu, I can see now in my Unit 0, I still haven't got a check for .2 or for .3 or for .4, but I have checks there now for .5 and .6, which were the 2 pages we just went and viewed. So you want to be sure that you get a check for everything in the orientation, and then you'll be allowed to open that next unit, the Unit 1. Something else I want to give you a heads up on. If I go to the .2 required materials page, this is a page where there are horizontal tabs on the content page. And so you just want to be sure that you click on all of those tabs and scroll down. There's more information to see. You want to click on all the tabs so that you don't miss any of the information on this content page. And something else you want to be mindful of in content pages is sometimes there's embedded material like the video, or there's linked material. So be sure that you're clicking on or accessing any of the embedded or linked material within these content pages. So I'm going to click Next again and go to the Point 3 page. This is the syllabus tool page. This is an example of a page where there are two tabs, and these are vertically aligned in this case. So I want to be sure that I click on both of those before I move on, and so that way I'm getting all the information on that content page. I'm going to go back to the modules menu, and it looks like I still am missing some checks in my Unit 0. So that's something that I would need to go and fulfill before I could move on to Unit 1 and so on. But as we move down in this menu, you can see after Unit 3 you have Online Exam 1. So here is where you're going to access Online Exam 1, and it's covering Units 1, 2, and 3. So those units will be the prerequisites for that online exam. And then after Online Exam 1, there's Unit 4. And this is an example of a unit where the very first thing I see, like always in these units, will be the overview. And I can see that 4.0, the Unit 4 overview page, is available, but the 4.1 content on the XY coordinate system, plot points, interpret points within a graph page, that is grayed out. And what this means is before I can access 4.1, I will have to get my green check for 4.0. So once I open the 4.0 or the Unit 4 overview page, I look at those unit objectives, read the topics, and look at the unit checklist, meaning those are all the things I'm going to need to do in Unit 4. Now I can click on Next to continue moving through this module, or we can go back to the modules menu just to kind of show ourselves that we met the requirement. We viewed the 4.0 page. Now the 4.1 page is no longer grayed out, and I can access it from this modules menu. I could have also just clicked the Next button from that unit overview page as well. So hopefully this gives you a good idea of what this module menu allows for, and you're going to get some more great stuff throughout the orientation. So I'll let you move forward now, and after you finish the orientation, please let me know if you have any questions. You can email me. Thank you so much for your time.